From BC, we have TT, who have won 2 games in their pool play and unfortunately lost their game this morning to Harfang. So if you look, we have TT, who will be sort of setting up on the left side of the screen in white, and Quest in the blue on the right-hand side.
Alors, les deux équipes qui s'affrontent, Quest, représentant non seulement la province de Québec, mais surtout la belle ville de Québec, contre TT, représentant de la Colombie-Britannique. TT qui a gagné ses 2 matchs de pool play jusqu'à maintenant, a perdu ce matin contre Harfang, d'autres représentants du Québec, tandis que Quest a jusqu'à maintenant un parcours sans faute. Ils ont gagné leurs 3 matchs. Donc, Quest qui porte les chandails bleus du côté droit de votre écran, tandis que TT de la Colombie-Britannique porte les chandails blancs à votre gauche. So the Quebec-based team Quest will be wearing blue jerseys, while the BC representative will be wearing whites. Looking forward an exciting game, Tyler. So we're still in pool play.
Yes.
Surprisingly, on day 2, if you look at the other division, they're already in crossover games, while the format for the mixed division, since 20 teams are involved, it makes bigger pool, 5 teams per each of the 4 pools. So day 2, we are still in pool play. The crossovers, quarter and semifinal will be hosted tomorrow. It will go very, very quick. But in the meantime, c'est parti pour ce match. Quest en réception de service. On joue une défensive de zone du côté de l'équipe TT. Du côté droit, belle défensive de zone assez compacte. Jusqu'à maintenant, on réussit une belle transition du côté gauche. On maintient la défensive de maraudage du côté des Blancs. Numéro 21, Fortier, avec le disque. Alimente le long de la ligne. C'est Duguay. Feinte bien. Petite passe pour avoir un autre compte de 10. Encore une fois, Fortier qui s'implique. Fortier et Duguay là, qui mène la charge pour l'instant, mais reste coincé le long de la ligne. Et là, il y avait eu un appel. It was a call, I believe. I'm not sure exactly what the call is about. Some quick discussions. Alors, une belle représentation québécoise à ce championnat canadien. Une belle représentativité, je vous dirais, de l'ensemble des provinces jusqu'à maintenant. Hier, on a eu la chance d'assister à un match en division féminine impliquant une équipe de Terre-Neuve ainsi qu'une équipe de Regina. Tyler was just saying that a great representation for of all the provinces here at this national championship. Yesterday, we had the opportunity of live streaming a women's team from Newfoundland playing against another women's team, obviously, from Regina, Saskatchewan.
I'm curious, do we have any teams down from the territories that you can recall?
Not this year.
Not yet.
But I remember seeing one in a 4-on-4 format. A team, they built the team out of, was it Yellowknife or White North? I'm not too sure, but still they were able to put up a team together and they were competitive. So that was awesome to see during that national indoor championship 4-on-4 format. We like to see those discs flying all from coast to coast to coast, of course.
Absolutely.
Alors, les discussions qui s'étirent, on remet le disque en jeu. Une passe flottante, ça passe au-dessus de la tête du numéro 89, David Martel. Revirement, TT with the first break opportunity of this game. Walsh with the disc on his right to Blackford. Resetting one-to-one defense with the Pochi disc, with the Pochi defense played by Duguay. But just out of reach. A nice cut in by Walsh, but just could not get his hands on it. I believe that touched the ground. Yes, it is. So turnover once again. TT earning approximately 10 yards upward, closer to what can potentially be the first point and the first break point of this pool play game, mixed division. Right in the middle, still one-to-one defense. Leon resetting in the middle, finding Chang. Holds it up waiting. Time is running out, getting almost rid of it. Nice one-hand grab by 19 Shevchenko. 4 yards away from the first point. Nice lay out there by Sonny Duguay, saving the break point.
Huge D. Huge.
Wow! Perfect timing by number 7. Sonny Duguay là, qui se démarque, là, bien sauvé la mise là, sur ce qui aurait pu être le premier point bris de ce match inscrit par TT. Encore une fois, défensive de zone de la Colombie-Britannique. Petite passe en hauteur. Rien d'évident dans des conditions qu'on connaît, très, très, très venteux. C'est Martel maintenant avec le disque à sa droite à Fortier. Cherche l'ouverture et la voici. Oh, quel lancer de la main gauche! Quel angle! Et voilà, c'est 2 contre 1. Oh, la passe numéro 18. Number 18 who just jumped. He planted just enough like doubt into the intended receiver, leading to a turnover in favor. So great damage control by both teams. Duguay with an amazing layout, and what a great attempt by number 18. Just enough, sufficient enough to make this pass an incomplete one. Now the disc was thrown but went out of bounds. Very early, waiting for the observers to confirm where the disc went out. But Duguay wants to put it back into play where he was. It's up to him. He could have went up, but he decides otherwise to put it quicker in play instead of earning the yardage where the disc went out. A long point to kick things off in this pool play matchup. BC against Quebec. TT moving up. Going long, I think it was partially blocked by Duguay. Great attempt by Blackford, but denied by Duguay. Him again, going long, floaty, downwind, and blocked by number 23, Barry Walsh. Spectacular game defense-wise so far, Tyler.
Yes, and maybe some lower percentage shots choices so far from the offense.
One-to-one defense by Quest. Nice outside in, considering the in was upwind. So unlike yesterday where the wind was going from the bottom end of your screen towards the upper end of the screen, today it's more like on the top right-hand side of your screen towards the bottom left side-ish.
Yeah.
So timeout call by Quest. We are still at 0 on the scorecard. This point I started 9 minutes ago.
Yes. Good timeout by Quest. I think a good timeout call by either team at this point. It's been long. We've had some hucks, which means there have been some players sprinting around, wasting some energy. Maybe resettle. I think I would like to see both teams look for some shorter, quick passes, especially with this gusty wind.
I totally agree with you, and we just witnessed in Quest huddle the observers, Fortin just talking to Duguay, saying, hey, well, you know, we could have bring it up where the disc went out. It seems that there was some miscommunication. Duguay hesitated, but he put it back into play.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, he will know for the next time.
For sure.
Alors, on a vu dans le conciliabule de Quest, il y a l'observateur Fortin qui est allé parler au capitaine Duguay pour lui dire, lorsque le disque sort là, sur l'action précédente, il peut remonter le disque où est-ce qu'il est sorti, le Duguay l'a pris, où est-ce que le disque a été récupéré, mais il aurait pu gagner de précieuses verges sur cette action. Il le saura pour la prochaine fois. Je suis certain qu'il connaît cette règle, mais peut-être qu'il y a eu mauvaise compréhension entre les gestes de l'Observer et Duguay, qui connaît jusqu'à maintenant un très gros match. Et c'est lui qui va remettre le disque en jeu sur le côté gauche. Avec la défensive de zone, on voit trois personnes dans une cope et on met de la pression aussi sur le soutien arrière, sur le dump, là, numéro 47 qui vient défendre. le numéro 89. Et rapidement, belle transition, mais c'est un revirement. TT, near the brick mark. 20 yards away from a potential point, but oh, the disc lands on the ground. Unfortunately, number 47 saying, oh, sorry, I misread you. I should have gone this direction, but I went in instead of on towards the sideline. Duguay, avec le disque dans sa propre zone de points. C'est Fortier maintenant qui donne des directives. Bon, là, c'est toujours angoissant lorsqu'on est en possession du disque dans sa propre zone de points. Et voilà, on gagne de précieuses verges pour gagner un peu plus d'espace. On peut respirer un peu mieux. Encore une fois, c'est Martel et Fortier là, qui s'échangent le disque. Martel passe audacieuse et s'est attrapé de belle façon. Maintenant, c'est Bizot avec le disque. Un point de brique dans l'espace. Et là, voilà le premier point, Gabriel Allard, qui l'inscrit après un point qui a duré là, près d'une douzaine de minutes. Quest qui confirme cette possession offensive pour une courte avance de 1-0 en début de match. Offense hold by the Quebec squad with a 12-minute long first point, taking a secure but still very short 1-point lead to kick things off.
It was a very grindy point by both teams. A lot of possessions on both sides. We saw TT putting on an effective zone, and then Quest finally being able to move it through, breaking it past the wall, and then getting the pass up for the point.
So what a relief for the Quebec City-based team, actually.
Even though it kind of sucks being the team to get scored on first, I think both sets of players on the field were kind of relieved to have that one be over.
I totally agree with you. So one distinctive point for the Quebec City-based team. Not all, but most of their teams starts with a Q, as in Quebec City. So you have Quest, you have Karma, you have other Quake also with a Q. Hey, why not? So most, not all, but most of their team starts with a Q. There is a junior program that starts with an O. Origin, well, you know, almost looks like a Q.
They have to age up to earn a little stick to make it a Q.
Well, they're junior, you
That's
know,
it,
so they
yeah.
cannot have it all. So. Alors, signe distinctif des équipes basées dans la ville de Québec, là, quelques exceptions près, tous leurs noms d'équipe commencent par la lettre Q, comme dans Québec. Et là, le vent, vraiment, ne donne aucun répit aux joueurs sur le terrain. Et comme on le disait un peu plus tôt, là, hier, le vent qui venait là, du bas de votre écran vers le haut de votre écran, aujourd'hui, ben, ça vient du côté supérieur droit et ça va à peu près à 45 degrés vers le coin supérieur gauche de votre écran. Donc, vraiment un défi pour les athlètes là, qui bataillent dans ce championnat canadien. TT at their own brick mark, looking for their first point. They had a few break point opportunity, but in those tough conditions, they were not able to convert. In the meantime, they have to figure out Quest zone defense. Nice disc movement so far. Chan with the disc. Nice scuba on the left-hand side, finding Shum. Resetting again to Chan at the brick mark. 36, Bowen Liu. Transition to a one-to-one defense by the blue jerseys. Tons of traffic. Somebody was left alone, and that somebody's Jasdeep Jill scoring. TT, the BC squad, their first point of the game, making it tie at 1 after 15 minutes of play.
And what a classic thing to happen, transitioning from zone to person defense, and then someone just gets left wide open. It happens, and when you're that close to the end zone, everyone scrambles to find someone, and it happens.
I think Jill's defender kind of poached in and made a bid on the previous pass, so that's why it left. You know, sometimes when you bid, well, it's a sometimes big reward, sometimes you have to pay the price.
Oops.
Great execution by the TT squad. That second point lasted, 2 or 3 minutes? Well, the first one lasted over 12 minutes. So more likely, Tyler, I expect most of the points today will be scored on our left-hand side. Kind of a win advantage.
And, you know, maybe we see the team that can score the other direction is the winning team. If you can get that upwind break point.
That has been seen many times in the past. When you can score upwind in those tough conditions, then you buy a serious option on the win. Quest en réception de service avec un alignement, ce qui semble être un alignement horizontal. Mais je crois qu'il y aurait eu hors-jeu. Alors on va reprendre à la ligne au point de brique. Une fois Martel, Fortier et Duguay, le trio de passeurs. Et voilà, une belle passe de Martel, franche en plein milieu du terrain, rejoint Lefebvre rapidement. On enchaîne avec Dubé-Higgins. Milieu de terrain, Martel qui prend en charge de cette initiative offensive. Dubé-Higgins maintenant, à moins de diverger à la zone de pointe. Pivote, cherche une option, remet à Duguay. Duguay, belle passe-prise qui contourne la marque. Et voilà, l'ouverture est faite. Et voilà le point des Québécois. Anne Lefebvre qui s'offensive. Les observateurs qui confirment le deuxième point de Quest qui se forge encore une fois une courte avance de 1 point en ce début de match. On est dans les matchs pool play de la division mixte, plutôt championnat canadien édition 2025.
Quest seeming to settle in much better to that point with their throws, finding their cuts, finding the open shots, moving the disc much more efficiently than we saw at that first point.
So both teams have played one game before this one. So we witnessed the first point being quite long compared to the 2 following ones. But since they played the game before that, they're already kind of used to today's win. So I speculate that more likely the remaining of the game will be more, will look more like the last 2 points instead of the first.
Yes, hopefully we're going to see a first seed team in Quest showing their real skill, and then a third seed team, TTL, who've won a couple of games of this tournament, also come out to shine and show what they can do. So
as Tyler, you mentioned at the beginning of our live stream, Quest being seeded number 1 of their pool Y, while TT being seeded number 3. Well, it's always a challenge to seed those teams. You know, they never played together, so you base yourself based on the experience, their previous result, looking at this year's tournament, their results also. So always tough. And that's why you have pool and you have crossovers and you have opportunity, you know, to adjust the ranking of these teams before entering in the elimination round. TT keeping the disc with a short game, well defended by Quest. Stuck on the sideline. Not much room for breathing, but great pivot work by Bauer to open things up right in the middle. Unfortunate miscued by TT. Quest in breakpoint mode. Midfield, le numéro 5, Émile Plumel qui remettra le disque en jeu. La passe est longue, ça flotte. Et oh là là, la numéro 20 est en bonne position, Ariane Pépin. Mais elle avait non seulement, ça dépendrait sur elle, mais il y avait un autre joueur, le numéro 36, qui veillait au grain, le Bowen Liu. Belle lecture là, de Liu là-dessus. TT, once again, miscuing Quest with a second break opportunity in this point. Plumel avec le disque. Un stack vertical. Encore une fois, on tente la longue. Et c'est intercepté par Del Gobo. Intercepting the pass. TT near their own goal line. It seems that Quest are transitioning to a one-to-one defense now. Still, tough condition to move the disc around. TT going downwind. Flicking it on the break side, but just out of reach of Chan. Quest with a third break opportunity in this game. So far they have attempted 2 long pass. Plemel have tried it twice. Will he try a third time?
As the adage goes.
He goes safely on the resets. Alors, Plumet qui avait essayé des passes longues, là, mais là, on voit qu'on va travailler de son point avec un jeu plus court. On attaque le tracé à l'intérieur. Boissard, pour me faire mentir, oh, c'était dans les mains de Ariane Pépin, mais elle a dû s'agenouiller pour tenter d'attraper la passe et n'a pu maîtriser le disque. Troisième opportunité de bris manquée par l'équipe de la Ville de Québec. On joue long, playing long, number 3 for the long, but if I'm not mistaken, it was never in.
Unfortunate for TT.
Yeah, the observers and all the people on the sidelines signaling that it went out at the right exact point where number 33 tempted that long pass, Patrick Church. So Quest with a fourth break opportunity. Plumel qui prend des choses en main, pivote bien, Rebelin en plein cœur du terrain. On centre encore une fois, belle passe avec une détente très très basse. C'est la numéro 16 maintenant, Lucier là, avec le 10 rapidement, on tente du côté droit. On centre le 10, un peu chaotique dans la zone de pointe. Il y a plein des joueurs qui courent partout. En plein cœur du terrain, la voilà! Le numéro 20, Ariane Pépin. Oh, c'était sa troisième tentative d'inscrire ce point. Et voilà. La troisième fois sera la bonne. Quest qui inscrit le premier point bris contre le vent. First break point opportunity of this game. Now that first break point convert and it's upwind, Tyler.
Yes, and as we spoke earlier, that break point is so crucial with this weather because it's so hard to get. You can see by the excitement from the Quest group on the side of the field. They're happy, they're cheering. They know what this means for them with regards to the outcome of this game.
Pressure is on TT, suffering a break point, the first one of the game. Up, that break point being scored upwind. We are in the 24th minute of this game, intended to be an hour, 25 minutes long, unless one of the two teams reaches the 50-point mark. Tyler, do you think we will be able to reach a 15-point mark, considering the pace that the points are being scored right now?
I highly doubt it. I think I've yet to commentate a 15-point game all week, and these by far are probably the windiest conditions. So
It is.
I wouldn't put much money on it.
We are feeling some small bits of rain falling on this Iverdance Sports Park. Hopefully, this little rain will stay quiet. Un beau lancer d'engagement là, de Quest. Une flèche qui traverse le terrain. TT going upward, going long. Nice flick up the wind. But it's just out of reach of Del Gobo. Quest will be attempting to score a second break point. This time they'll work it downwind. Quest en chasse de son deuxième point bris. Belle passe de Martel, plein cœur du terrain encore une fois. Oh, la numéro 13 c'était bien démarqué, Florence Saint-Jean. Mais la passe était vive, elle n'a su la maîtriser. TT with a redemption on offense opportunity. Nice up the line, cut and pass, but just bobbling by number 47. Quest trying to long game, but it falls deep into TT's end zone.
And
nonetheless.
And a smart strategy by Quest when you're going downwind, just send it down the field, make them have to work it up. And they're opting not to throw a zone on, but that's okay.
You're on D. You have nothing to lose. Play with the wind. Take advantage of the wind. Alors, une passe longue là, par Quest, considérant qu'ils sont en chasse d'un point bris. Eh bien, ils veulent forcer TT à jouer contre le vent. Bonne décision tactique de la part de l'équipe du Québec. TT, almost midfield. One-to-one defense. Nice pass in the middle. Finding Chai. Sideways. Bauer. Nice movement going upwind now with Chin. Hitting Blackford, but there was a call. Was it a travel call? Based on their reenactment. It looks like it was a travel call. I haven't seen the observers signal, but yes, observers Marchand signaling the little rolling arms signal. "10 yards away from an offense hold point. Nice grab by 47. Blackford to save this offense opportunity. Now 2 yards away. Tons of traffic in front, but there's a little hole into Quest defense. And 14, Janie Chan finds it, not tying the game, but closing the gap to only 1 point. Still Quest leading by 3-2.
Yeah, huge point for Quest. They definitely, not Quest, sorry, rather TT. They needed that upward point if they want to stay in this game. And you notice once they started stop with the big shots, move the disc around short, they scored.
Absolutely.
That's it.
We haven't seen much success with the long game so far. But Tyler, you know, we know when you don't play long, well, the defense will say, we'll give you the long, and they will shut down the ends. So you have to try to make those long passes. Otherwise, it will be even more difficult to cut in.
Exactly.
But sometimes on defense, you know, it's always a compromise. You cannot be everywhere on the field, so you have to compromise. And there's this principle on defense where you say, okay, well, I'm going to grant the toughest pass. And if they complete it, well, so be it. So, but I'm going to, you know, play the odds.
Yes. Yeah. It's a strategic game as much as it's a physical game.
Absolutely. And I can add to this, it is a resilience game here in Edmonton in the unfriendly weather condition, very, very windy. And, you know, fairly cold. It's about 12, 13 degrees here. Alors, Quest qui va position offensive. Il tente le jeu long. Eh bien voilà, juste pour nous faire mentir, le jeu long complété. On vient tout juste de mentionner que le jeu long n'avait pas été un succès jusqu'à maintenant. Eh bien voilà, on nous fait mentir de belle façon. Duguay contourne sa marque. Bel enchaînement au numéro 19, Gagnon. Pivote. Remet en soutien à Martel. Martel alimente Fortier. Beau tracé de Martel. Retient encore une fois son geste, le gaucher. Fait appeler un travel d'avoir marché, mais il y a un joueur seul. C'est attrapé par Gagnon. Mais je crois qu'il y a eu un appel. Un temps les observers. Confirmation du point. Il n'y a pas d'appel ou l'appel a été rapidement retiré. Alors, Quest qui inscrit un 4e point et ce précieux point est encore une fois contre le vent. Se forge une avance de 2 points. Encore une fois, tôt dans le match, une trentaine de minutes de jouer. So, great execution. And then just as we were saying that the long game haven't worked, well, Matt, they'll probably hear me say, well, you know what, I'm going to... You know, don't say
They're
that.
They're going to do it,
and
yeah.
There you go. So
and
so left-hander from Quest just putting it long, about a 45 long upwind pass. You know, so don't say that it's it.
Yep, and you know, as we were saying that this is the direction you got to score on if you want to win, everybody's scoring that direction.
Well, there you go.
So don't listen to us, I guess.
Don't listen to the commentator. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yes.
But still, we're having a ton of fun calling this game. Thanks for being with us. Alors, vraiment, les deux équipes, là, alors qu'on venait tout juste de dire que c'était difficile d'inscrire des points contre le vent du côté droit de votre écran, eh bien, les deux équipes nous ont fait brillamment mentir au cours des 2 derniers points, parce que ces 2 derniers points ont été inscrits contre le vent. TT qui est en réception de service. Quest qui mène par 2 points pour le pointage de 4-12. Ils ont inscrit le seul point pris jusqu'à maintenant. Le lancer d'engagement, oh! C'était loin, c'était profond, mais ça a atterri peut-être 2 verges tout juste à l'extérieur. Difficile de bien doser l'angle et la force dans le disque, considérant le vent qui pousse le disque et qui va le rabattre à l'extérieur vers le bas de votre écran. TT se mettra en branle sur le point de brique. TT in motion, kind of an isolation stack quickly. Quest countering. Contre-attaque des Bleus. Beau tracé à l'intérieur de Lucien. On retient le geste. C'est Plumel avec le disque. Commence à se faire tard. Plumel qui enchaîne le passé court. Il a été sauvé par la voie. Il commence à se faire tard. C'est maintenant Gagnon avec le disque. Feinte. Petite passe à la numéro 13, Florence Saint-Jean. Oh, un deuxième point bris inscrit par Quest qui mène maintenant 5-2. Second breakpoint score by the Quebec City-based team. Quest now leading 5-2 with 30 minutes played on the scorecard.
Just an unfortunate float of the disc that their the TT receiver just couldn't quite get up to grab, and then Quest doing a great job converting quickly.
And that's one thing both will need to do when there's a turnover near the end zone. You need to convert. Take your time, take a timeout. Do whatever you have to do. Just put a ton of twists and spin on your passes, but you need to convert those opportunities. Absolutely.
Yes.
It was done in a fashionably way by the Quebec City representative.
Yes, and there's a bit on the line for this game for TT. So Quest being having won all their games in the pool play, they maybe can afford to lose this game. But TT having won 2, if they win this game, that gives them a strength bid going into the next leg of this tournament. So there's incentive for TT to really win this one.
You're absolutely right. Quest avec le lancer d'engagement. Le principe du Ultimate Mix, si on alterne les points, un point aura 4 femmes et 3 hommes et le point suivant aura 3 femmes et 4 hommes. Donc on attend. C'est la même chose pour les lancers d'engagement aussi. On doit alterner. C'est pas juste les hommes qui peuvent effectuer les lancers d'engagement. On doit alterner. Et heureusement, ça permet de mettre en valeur, ça permet une parité aussi de mettre en valeur le talent féminin qui parfois peut être un peu dans l'ombre des athlètes masculins lorsque on joue dans la division mixte. Turnover for TT on the goal line. Just a few centimeters away from making this game a 2-point game. Nice high release, floaty disc, but well chased and caught by Stephanie Del Gobo. TT hanging on, making this game a 2-point game. Still Quest in the driver's seat, 5-3.
And as you said in the last point, it's crucial for these teams, if they get the turnover on the end zone, take your time. And we saw the TTL player on the line, look off a couple of passes that looked like they were going to be a little too tight, reset, and point. Dump swing, score.
Saying Tyler, if we get into it, let's go into the details. So when you're playing downwind, well, you have some kind of an advantage. But when you're stuck on the sideline and you want to reset, make a dump or a swing pass to upwind, and more like for a right-hander, you have to flick it and go around and pivot and then throw a nice flick upwind to your reset. That's something that can provide you with some nightmares. It is a challenge.
It is. And when you see executed, when you've got the pressure, when you've got a stall count on you, that really speaks to the ability of these players.
The wide skills required to play at this level of ultimate zone defense by TT. Quest en mouvement, Duguay qui sonne la charge du côté des Québécois. La passe à la Caribou, bien attrapé d'une seule main par le 54 Dubé Higgins. Rapidement, on enchaîne, c'est Duguay sur la ligne de pointe. Oh, il y a beaucoup de circulation devant lui. Martel qui s'impose, mais c'est toujours à l'extérieur signalé par l'Observers Fortin. Martel prend bien son temps. Le gaucher, petite passe. Oh, c'était bas, mais c'est bien attrapé par Portier. Le point est confirmé par Quest qui convertit cette possession offensive et reprend une initiative. L'avance par 3,6-3 avec 36 minutes au cadran.
Huge grab by, was it 54, I believe?
I believe, yeah, 54.
Yes, 54 to rip that down out of the air, and the wind had
Higgins.
The wind had complete control of that, and it looked like he had thumb in there. That was thumb and pointer finger, maybe. Great catch.
There's this expression in Quebec when you're on the right-hand side and you flick kind of a flick outside in with a kind of a bladey angle across the field. We call that a caribou.
A caribou.
That's a typical Quebec expression. So I think it will make its way throughout Canada. So nice caribou pass.
Okay.
So let's see where this expression will be included in the remaining of Canada. Well, let's why not?
Hey man, this is the place to spread that around.
Well, there you go. I know that. I believe there's a team called Caribou. Not sure if it's in the senior division or in the junior. I believe maybe it was in the junior division, but nonetheless, we all know what Caribou is. TT in motion in their own red zone around his mark. Reaching to 47, Blackford going long. Oh, nice run by Jasdeep Gill. Just falling short. There was 2 blue jerseys on her back. Tons of pressure in addition of the wind. Mm-hmm. And with that pass that was going 2,000 miles an hour. I'm just rounding up a little.
That's just a little. Round to your nearest 2,000.
There you go. Martel qui va la longue aussi. Oh, et ça rejoint le numéro 32. Est-ce que c'est Gauthier? Numéro 32. Oui, effectivement, Félix Gauthier, mais il y aurait eu... on appelle ici, là, je crois que c'était un compte, une faute de compte. On aurait fait la passe. Après le compte de 10, c'est vrai qu'il commençait à se faire tard. It's a stall down, but what a great pass. Upwind.
Absolutely.
50-ish yard long upwind backhand.
Flat to the receiver.
My challenge to you, Tyler.
All right, I can do it.
Well, I'll need to warm up first.
Yeah, I definitely got to stretch.
I'll need to warm up and maybe train for a few tens of years, probably. So turnover, TT on the goal line. Quickly, 36, Liu dishing it to 25. Crystal Kerr, TT hanging on, scoring their 4 points, but still trailing by 2 versus Quest 6-4 for the blue jerseys.
Would that be 3 points in a row of both teams struggling to get off of that line specifically?
Absolutely.
Yes.
They scored 2 or 3 points upwind, and now it's all downwind.
Yes, yeah.
So clear comment to the commentator. Well, stop saying we cannot score upwind.
Yeah.
We can score both sides.
We could do everywhere. Maybe there's a weird swirl out there we're not feeling up here in the tower. I don't know.
Et là, les deux équipes nous font mentir de très belle façon et c'est avec beaucoup d'humilité alors qu'on disait que ça allait être un défi de compter les points du côté droit. Ils nous ont fait mentir. Ils ont inscrit 2 ou 3 points consécutifs contre le vent. Mais là, les 2 ou 3 derniers points, ça a été inscrit avec le vent du côté gauche de votre écran. Donc, en attendant, Quest qui confirme son avance. Toujours 2 points d'avance malgré ce point de TT. Et on est à la 40e minute. Vers la 45e minute, il y aura une pause de mi-temps. So we're heading towards halftime break, which is usually around approximately 45 minutes. So when we, at the 45th minutes, there's come the soft cap principle to define when the halftime break will be taken. So we'll get back to it in a few instants. Duguay va récupérer le disque atterri à l'extérieur. Ça sera repris au milieu de terrain pour cette initiative offensive des Québécois. De défensive 1 pour 1 avec un peu de maraudage à l'intérieur. La passe en plein cœur, mais c'est extrêmement vif pour le numéro 23, Lefebvre. Ne peut la maîtriser. TT with a break opportunity. Midfield going on the left-hand side. Top with the disc. Looking for some opportunity going around his mark. Nice pass to reach out to Young. Still, number 30, Top with the disc. Quarterbacking this offense instance. Going on the right-hand side, 20 yards away from their first break point. Flicking it, break side. It's everybody's disc in the air, floating. And Martel catches it, but there is a call.
A potential strip, maybe, or a foul, as it were.
It's always difficult in those instances, Tyler. The disc is floating, kind of being steady, and then everybody jumps in and you try to jump as early as you can. And then, for sure, there is some contact.
Yeah.
Was there a foul call? Well, it's tough to judge from our point of view, but it seems it will be a TT's disc, no arms done. Good spirit.
Yeah.
Hand tapping, and we'll put the disc back into play with TT. Less than two yards away from what can be their first break point, but timeout call.
Wise.
Should have expected that. Nice call.
Wise.
Want to make sure you huddle, you agree on the plan, and then you roll it out, and you make this game a 1-point game. Who knows?
What do you think they're going to talk about right now? What kind of play are they setting up, do you think?
Good question. I'm pretty sure from a team perspective, I like to keep things simple. You're going upwind, so probably a vertical stack, and more likely you have 10 stall. You have a lot of time, so maybe you designate one player to just, rush the field, get yourself open, and I will find you. And worst case, we'll reset and attack on the other side. Considering you have 10 stall, you're 2 yards away, and you're going upwind. Keep things simple.
Simple. Keep it simple, stupid.
What would you do on defense, Tyler, in this instance? You have the opponent is 2 yards away from a break point. You need to do something special. Do you?
My guess is they're going to try and do something similar. I would try to load that side of the field a little bit. Make sure with the wind, anything they try to throw up over is going to likely get floaty. So I would try to make sure we have some defenders helping out on that corner.
Quest qui se défend. n'a pas encore subi de points bris. Et là, il reste 2 verges à téter pour ce point. Potentiellement ce point bris. Going around. Oh, nice pass. And it's confirmed by the observers. TT scoring their first break point of the game.
Yeah.
Still trailing by once against Quest. And guess what, Tyler? Guess where it was scored that point? Of course, upwind.
Upwind,
You know?
yes. So as that sort of we predicted, they tried to have one cutter on the side and they loaded up the defense, but the defenders left and the cutter came back.
There you go.
All alone. Gets the point.
That's a good thing when you have 10 stall. You have your time. You have some time to get open. So
Yeah.
great execution by the BC squad. And Quest still leading by 1 point, and they have scored 2 break points against TT. Only 1 break point in this mixed division pool play game. Quest from Quebec City against TT from British Columbia. Quest qui vient de subir son premier point bris. Ils en ont 2 en main, les représentants de Québec. Alors que TT en a inscrit un seul jusqu'à maintenant. Ils ont toujours un point d'avance. Quest a commencé le match en offensive. Et là, les joueurs désignés pour cette possession offensive là, devront jouer contre le vent. Amel à Duguay. Duguay contourne sa marque. Oh! C'était C'était tout bien une belle passe, belle initiative de Dubé Higgins. Il y avait une tonne de pression. Il a pu maîtriser cette passe qui était, somme toute, très, très vive. TT, countering, going downwind, looking to tie the game to 6. And it's caught, but it's just a few inches shy of the end zone. And TT scoring their second consecutive break point to tie this game at 6s. Well, Tyler Quest was in a great position. They were leading by 3, but the last 3 points, or is there discussion still?
Yes, one of the Quest players seemed to have seen something that he called that maybe didn't get picked up by the rest of the field, so there's a bit of a discussion right now.
We have seen both observers' hands in the air. So that's why there's always that little, downtime, I would call it, between the moment the point is being scored and the team celebrating. They're just waiting for the observers to confirm, and their confirmation, they are raising both of their arms up. So we have seen both observers' hands up, but maybe they missed a call. There seems to have a conversation there. Personally, I haven't witnessed any seemingly pick or foul, but I don't know what the discussion is about. Observers Marchand and observers Fortin are there to help settle things up. Alors, on a vu les observers lever les mains pour confirmer le point de TT. Et là, il y a toujours des discussions. Là, on fait appel aux observers et il semblerait avoir eu un appel de faute fait par Quest. Et on a fait appel aux observateurs et puis on a confirmé qu'il n'y a pas de faute et on confirme le point. So the break point is confirmed by TT, tying this game to 6s late in this first half. The last 3 points have all been scored by TT. So Quest was leading 6-3, but we are now tied at 6s.
And TT has been doing a great job of retaining the disc when the turnover happens. Their Quest has made just a couple of mistakes, maybe a couple of accidental drops, which happens in this type of weather, but TT is not wasting those opportunities.
Absolutely. And I don't know what you're feeling, Tyler, but I'm looking at Quest, looking at their body language. Ooh, the first break point hurt, but the second one, it's painful. So let's see how they recover from that.
Yes, yeah, there's a little bit of a noticeable difference in morale coming from the Blues versus the Whites right now.
Alors, en discutant avec Tyler, là, ce qu'on perçoit là, de la hauteur où on produit cette diffusion en direct, là, le langage corporel des joueurs de Quest semble un peu, les 2 derniers points bris semblent avoir fait mal. Quest qui menait 6-3. Ils viennent d'encaisser 3 points consécutifs inscrits par TT. Alors, on est en fin de première mi-temps. Voyons voir comment ils réagissent. Martel avec une passe longue. Oh, c'est bien chassé par Gagnon, mais il y a eu une tonne de pression défensive par le numéro 18. What a great defense pressure by William Leong against Nicolas Gagnon, which is a very athletic defender. But now it's all about TT at their own goal line, going upwind, getting late in the stall, saving the day, finding 21, Chin. Saviejo getting late, looking to reset, but it falls on the ground. Quest with a redemption opportunity, quickly taking the disc, and a 1.5 yard long pass à la numéro 23, Anne Lefebvre. Et voilà. Oh, que de soulagement. What a relief for the Quebec-based team, scoring their 7th point and stopping the bleeding.
They needed that point. And you saw the Blue handlers pounce on that disc when it hit the ground. They wanted that disc. They wanted to score right there. They were on task.
And in the last two instances where TT had the disc at their own goal line, there was 2 tons of pressure on defense by Quest, really forcing shutting down the ins opportunity. And sometimes it's even more fruitful when you have this approach, considering who has the disc. If that person is not a long thrower and it's more kind of a resetting or short game, well, you just put a ton of pressure. And that's where the sideline is also so important, saying no wins, no wins, no wins. So just a great team chemistry by Quest. Alors, comme on vient de voir, là, beau soulagement là, pour l'équipe québécoise là, qui viennent d'arrêter l'hémorragie. Ils avaient subi 3 points et là, viennent de reprendre une avance de 1 point tard dans cette première mi-temps. Et quelle belle action en défensive de l'ensemble des représentants de Quest, vraiment, qui ont fermé les tracés intérieurs de TT. Considérant aussi que la joueuse de TT qui tenait la 10 n'est pas nécessairement une lanceuse de passe longue. Alors, belle action collective là, de la défensive québécoise sur la dernière action qui a mené au point, au 7e point des Bleus. 51 minutes have been played out of a game intended to be 85 minutes long. So we are in halftime mode. I suspect this will be the last point, or I think it will be the first team reaching the 8-point mark, and then we'll take a halftime. Nice reset by TT. Nice one-hand grab by Jasdeep Jill. Still, Quebec holds on to their one-to-one defense, so with some poaching on the open lane. 77 Chai with the disc, licking it in the middle to Church. Floaty disc, one-hand grab by TT's receiver. I think it's number 27, or is it number 25? Kerr, Crystal Kerr, tying this game to 7 late in this first half.
Great patience and great movement there by TT. And an interesting decision to finish the point off, considering maybe the downfield there was a little defended, but it worked out really well for them.
So yes, we will be playing another point before taking the halftime pause. So when you reach the 45th minute of the game, you finish the point, then you take the higher score, and then you add the +1, and that will be the score you'll need to reach before taking the halftime break. Similar thing as at the end of the game, which in the senior division in the pool play, there is no soft cap, there's only a hard cap. So when you hear the horn blows, well, you've finished the point, and whoever has the highest score win the game. If it's a tie game, well, you're not done. You have to play one more to decide who will be winning the game.
So I missed it, but who started with the disc at the beginning? Who's getting it at half?
Quest started on offense, so TT will receive the serve on the second half.
So a TT goal right now would be a huge advantage.
Would be, absolutely. But in order to do so, they will need to break Quest.
Exactly.
Because Quest is starting this point on offense. Alors c'est 7-7. C'est le dernier point de l'habitant. C'est l'égalité. Et le vent qui était déjà très présent en rajoute une couche. Environ, je dirais, 12 ou 13 degrés ici à Edmonton avec le vent. Le fameux concept de température réelle versus température ressentie, qui est toujours un peu abstrait. Mais lorsqu'on est dehors, on le sent très, très bien. Alors, pour les joueurs, c'est un défi additionnel en plus de la compétitivité sur le terrain. Ils doivent aussi gérer les conditions climatiques. Beau lancer d'engagement de TT là, qui termine son chemin à la ligne de briques. Là, c'était une passe à Duguay. Et là, Duguay qui rapidement appelle une faute. Son défenseur était derrière lui. Là, on voit les deux joueurs là, qui s'expliquent chacun leur perspective. L'observateur Fortin qui vient voir si on fait appel à sa perspective. Est-ce qu'il avait la meilleure... Did the observer had the best perspective? He was just on the sideline on the left, while the other observers, Marchand, was clearly behind the foul. So I'm not sure she had a good eye. So observers Fortin saying confirms that there was a foul call. So it will be Quest disc with the stall getting back at 0. Duguay a fait une faute et l'observateur a tranché, confirme la faute. On reprendra au compte de 0. Avec un alignement horizontal. Belle fin de Duguay en plein cœur du terrain. Oh, Gagnon là, qui attrape cette passe. C'était pas lui qui était à qui la passe était destinée, mais peu importe. Belle réaction, vive réaction du numéro 19. Duguay pivote bien. Plein cœur du terrain. Oh là, le numéro 23 va s'en vouloir. C'était une belle passe. Lefebvre, mais une passe vive, accentuée par le vent. Et là, TT qui menace milieu de terrain. Transition by the white jerseys going long. Floaty, two defender onside. Gagnon catches it in the air, not taking any chances, applying the principle of catch your D's. Duguay à sa propre ligne de points. Il va long! Ça flotte! Ça traverse le terrain! En chasse! Oh! Belle bataille dans les airs, encore une fois, Anne Lefebvre là, qui s'était chaudement disputé avec la numéro 17 Del Gobo et le 10 qui a roulé à l'extérieur des mains de 10 literally rolling out of Lefebvre's end, even though she's wearing some gloves. But still, when it rolls out with all the spin that was on the disc, it's a hard catch to make with one hand. Right in the middle, TT transitioning upward at the brick mark. Height, their own brick mark. TT looking to win the halftime with this breakpoint opportunity, but there's a travel call. The disc will go back. Great reenacting by Gagnon. Still the two players debating, but it's being Gagnon taking back his call. Great spirit by Gagnon là, qui retire son appel après quelques instants de réflexion. Ça sera un disque en faveur de TT, bel esprit sportif du numéro 19. Midfield going long on the flick side, but oh, clearly out of reach of the intended receiver. The disc rolling out of Quest end zone. And now, not only the win, but the rain joins the party on field number 1. Lefebvre à l'intérieur. Fait la passe à Martel oh, qui glisse un peu, mais saisit bien le 10. Là, c'était moins une pour... il y avait un défenseur et là, il y a une joueuse, la numéro 21, number 21, is down, not moving. Alex Chin, okay, she's Duguay. Inquiring, how is she doing? Great spirit by the captain, Duguay. One of the great, talented player in the Quebec City Ultimate Frisbee community. Alors, j'ai eu la chance d'assister au match des étoiles que Ultimate Québec organise à chaque année. Je crois que ce sera la troisième édition en 2025 et je garde un excellent souvenir. Il y a 2 ans, le Duguay qui avait été le joueur vraiment d'impact lors de cette superbe initiative de Ultimate Québec et qui fait preuve d'un bel esprit sportif. Il est allé voir si la numéro 21, comment il se portait, le premier qui est venu à son chevet. Et Chin qui se relève et semble vouloir rester sur le terrain pendant que la pluie se met de la partie. Et là, il vante joyeusement sur le complexe sportif Iverton d'Edmonton. Ça a été des conditions venteuses tout au long de la semaine. Là. Il y avait eu le tournoi championnat junior un peu plus tôt. Alors que les représentants de cette belle ville de Québec, Origine, tant du côté masculin et féminin, ont remporté la médaille d'or dans 2 finales absolument épiques. Les femmes l'ayant remporté contre le programme Titan de la région de Montréal et Origine l'a remporté contre le programme de la Colombie-Britannique Dinos. On voit la numéro 21 là, qui semble encore ébranlée. On espère qu'elle se portera mieux au cours de la journée. Et le gagnant avec le tracé intérieur est là, vraiment, il vante ses débourrasques devant. Bel effort de passeur du côté des Bleus. Ça flotte. Gagnon! Qui saute avec 2 défenseurs, avec une tonne devant la pluie, qui fait un attrapé spectaculaire et octroie à Quest le 8e point et la première mi-temps. What a vertical effort by number 19, Nicolas Gagnon, just climbing up the stair to catch this disc with one hand. It was windy, it was rainy, there was a gazillion ton of pressure on defense, but still he hangs on, providing his team the 8-point and the halftime lead. Wow, what an effort by number 19.
Awesome, and it's setting up to be a really exciting half.
It is.
A 1-point game, Adam, and you can see it in the stream. The trees in the background are a little bit sideways right now. That really picked up and was cold. And after having sort of that long bit of a delay with that little bit of an injury call, it's tough. You're standing there not doing much, getting cold and windy. So for them to be able to finish that point off quick in the way they did, it's fantastic.
So looking forward an exciting second half. TT will kick things off on offense with the opportunity of tying the game once again at 8. So looking forward a ton, and we are at 62 minutes of a game intended to be 85 minutes long. So there will not be much time left. Alors le match qui est prévu d'une durée de 85 minutes, on est déjà à la 62e, 63e minutes. Là, il restera moins d'une vingtaine de minutes à jouer pour déterminer qui de Quest ou de TT emportera ce match de pool play. On va prendre une courte pause et on vous revient dans quelques instants. Peut-être qu'on aura quelques entrevues d'un représentant de Quest et de TT. On vous garde la surprise. On sera de retour dans quelques instants. We'll be right back in a few seconds. Stay warm.
I love working with a team towards a common goal.
For the camaraderie.
Camaraderie and playing with my teammates.
I play for my team.
Teamwork and the connections that I can build on and off field.
For the community and the exercise.
Because of the community and the competition.
I like playing Ultimate Frisbee for the competition.
I play for the competition and the fun.
For fun.
Because fun.
I love getting to work hard.
You get out of it what you put into it.
Leave everything out here.
Every time I step on the field, I want to be a better player.
You know, give something people to talk about.
Be happy but never satisfied. To step away from real life and focus on Frisbee.
I play because I love Ultimate.
Find your drive.
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 If you see that there's
On est de retour au complexe sportif Alberta à Edmonton pour cette deuxième mi-temps qui oppose Quest de la Belle-Île de Québec à TT de la Colombie-Britannique. We'll take a few instants just to do the acknowledgement that we are on a Treaty 6 territory, which is a traditional land of Cree, Dene, Saulteaux, and Nakota Sioux, also of Blackfoot peoples, plus part of the homeland of Métis people. On va aussi prendre l'opportunité de remercier les commanditaires qui font de cet événement un succès. Il y a Be Ultimate ainsi que Discraft, sans oublier Explore Edmonton et le complexe sportif Iverdent aussi. Il y a aussi Quick Sit Seating. En termes de partenaires, il y a la ville d'Edmonton aussi, Remax, Red Thunder Media. Il y a aussi Dave's Diesel Repair, Altiphoto, ainsi que Alberta Film School. Donc, thanks to all the partners. So, Be Ultimate Discraft, also Explore Edmonton, and there's the Iverdent Sports Park, the City of Edmonton, Quick Sit Seating, not to forget Remax, Red Thunder Media, Dave's Diesel Repair, Alti Photos, and also the Alberta Film School. And still in the ultimate Frisbee world, we should not say Frisbee, we should stick it to ultimate. Nonetheless, there is the World's Game being hosted in China right now. And there's only 8 countries being represented, of which Canada. And Canada has qualified yesterday in the semi-final. They have qualified themselves to their big final, which will be played against, guess who? United States. So Canada has beaten Germany in the semi-final, and in the pool play, they have played against Colombia, they have played against Australia, and also France, which they have all defeated. So congratulations to Canada for making it to the final, and looking forward to an exciting final, which will be played somewhere in the middle of next night. Alors, le Canada qui performe bien aux Jeux mondiaux, qui se tiennent actuellement en Chine. Ils ont battu l'Allemagne en demi-finale après avoir défait l'Australie, la Colombie ainsi que la France en match de poule. TT, downwind, trailing by 1, going long. And it's bubble, but caught by the TT receiver. Wow, what a great focus. And guess what? We are tied this time at 8 to kick things off in this second half.
And a great layout attempt on that from Quest to try and get that one shut down. And, may have certainly contributed to the little bit of a bobble by the TT player. But as you said, kept the focus, has the determination. He's hungry to get that disc. Boom. Grabbed it.
Great focus. So we are an hour, 10 minutes into this game, which will conclude after an hour, 25 minutes. So pressure is on. The stake is huge, as you mentioned earlier, Tyler.
Absolutely.
So Quest having won all their games so far, they were seeded first of their pool, TT being seeded third. They've already suffered a loss, if I'm not mistaken. So winning this game, TT will put themselves in a great position. And if Quest loses that game, well, they will still be in a good position, but things will get a little more complicated. They will, their next game or their crossover game will be impacted, and then we'll get into all the pros and their score differential, math, but we'll not get into those details right now. Duguay qui tente la passe longue. Oh, ça a été, c'était une belle intention, mais il y avait deux défenseurs qui veillaient au grain, et le vent a vraiment rabattu le tracé de la passe. Et là, c'est un passe raté de la part de TT. Quest qui a une chance d'opportunité pendant que le vent vraiment en rajoute une couche sur le complexe sportif. Duguay feinte, retient son geste, remet en soutien à Martel. Martel, le gaucher, beau pivot, oh là là, contourne sa marque, mais sa passe était très très vive et hors de portée de sa cible. So TT in the corner of death. How tough it is to get out of that corner in those very challenging conditions. And it's a turnover, quick release, but another miscued. It's a miscuing fest right here, right now. Let's see how things are settling. TT putting the disc back into play at their own goal line. One-to-one defense with a no-ins approach. Will they attempt a long pass? But TT is now midway into their own goal line. Nice flick to get some breathing room by the BC squad. Chan with the disc, but bobble disc. Martel qui reprend rapidement, alimente Duguay à la porte des points, littéralement. On tente de se démarquer. Beaucoup de circulation. Le vent aussi qui rajoute une couche. On remet à Martel. Sagement, Martel attaque le tracé de la ligne. Belle transition défensive du côté de TT. On remet complètement du côté opposé. Gagnon qui s'offre en cible. Belle passe de Duguay, là, vraiment, là, qui fait belle preuve de ses talents de passeur. Martel qui monte l'escabeau pour attraper cette passe. Martel donne des directives. Feinte, retient son geste, lance une lame à l'opposé. Il commence à se faire très, très tard. Time was running out for Martel. Attempted a desperate throw which landed hardly on the ground, but it rolled out. So it will be taken back to the inside line of TT's goal. So, once again, TT fighting the win. And Quest defense, it's like a one-person advantage. Oh, nice pressure by number 22, Gendron, là, qui vient semer la confusion. Duguay qui appelle un temps d'arrêt. Veteran call by number 7 saying, no, we need to convert this point. And it's a little crazy out there right now.
Both teams are having a very difficult time completing a pass on this end zone line, whether it's on defense, or I guess both would be offense. You don't have the disc when you're on defense, but no matter what direction they're going, they're having a hard time completing a pass. So, and I can't really say that it's that they're not valuing the disc. There's just drops, and the disc has had a whole half to get absolutely soaked. Tough to grab.
You have to keep in mind that in normal condition, that little release, that little quick release, it works. But in those conditions, your hands are cold, they are wet, the disc is wet, the wind is blowing.
That's it. Yeah, you have to start closing your fingers about a second earlier than you normally would so that it gets shut in time to actually grab the disc. It's just that cold out there.
Some technical challenges on the field, but also you need some resiliency when you are at less than 1 yard and it's your third or your fourth attempt to score a goal. You need to stay resilient. And on the other end also, you get stuck on your goal line and you're fighting, but still pressure is on, and pressure it is indeed. We are tied at 8. Hour 15 minute into this hour 25-minute long game, 10 minutes remaining, so each point is extremely important. But Gagnon, qui vraiment est parti du côté droit, là, a explosé pour offrir une cible à Duguay avec cette courte passe de moins de 2 verges. Et là, voilà le point de Quest. So nice cutting from the right-hand side towards the left-hand side by Gagnon, just using his athletic skills to provide Quest their 9th point of the game after a fruitful timeout call.
After a very, very fruitful timeout call. Very fruitful.
So Tyler, how challenging it is. We're back from halftime. And then this point who lasted, not 10 minutes, about 8 minutes. You've been standing on the sideline for the last, 8, 11 minutes. And if you were not on the last point of the first half, maybe you've been lying on the sideline for like 15 minutes in those conditions. How challenging it is to go back on the field.
It's so tough. You get cold, and especially right now where you got to be at the top of your game. So it's a 1-point game. You've got to be on the top there. So, you have seen some players on both sidelines passing the disc around. They're trying to keep themselves warm. But you got to have the diligence. You got to do it. And to stay mentally engaged when you're cold, trying to stay warm, to keep in the mentality of the game.
When your teeth are clapping, your hands are frozen, your feet are frozen, you're wet, you're cold.
Yeah.
But still, you got to keep the spirit up.
100%. Just give in. Give into it.
It is a resiliency challenge. And if I'm not mistaken, we are still in pool play action. And I believe if Quest is winning this game, they are done for the day. When you finish first of your pool, you only play 2 games on day 2. If you don't finish first, you have a 3rd game to play. And in those conditions, it's a tough one. You want to play ultimate, but I'm pretty sure everybody's mindset is, well, if you ask me if I want to go back to the hotel right now or play another ultimate frisbee game, well, I'll give it some thoughts for sure.
Yes, yeah.
Alors, on mentionnait que Quest, s'ils remportent ce match, ils auront une fiche parfaite dans leur pool. Alors, ils n'auront pas à jouer un 3e match aujourd'hui. Ils pourront aller se reposer, surtout se réchauffer à l'hôtel, tandis que si on ne termine pas premier de son pool, là, ça va être plus compliqué. On aura un 3e match à jouer dans ces conditions-là. Quand même qu'on aime le sport, mais c'est tout un défi. Revirement en faveur de Quest, tout près de la zone indiquée par le point de brique. Martel, le gaucher, qui alimente la numéro 16, Lucien, à l'intérieur. Oh là, il y a eu contact, là. Martel, dans son... il a vraiment tourné sur lui-même, là, et je pense qu'il a accidentellement touché son défenseur. Et là, il y a eu des appels de faute. Et là, les deux joueurs là, qui présentent leur point de vue. Mais je pense qu'il y a eu 2 fautes là-dessus. Et la numéro 14 là, qui est restée au sol. Est-ce que c'est elle qu'on a vue plus tôt, qui était aussi restée au sol? C'était plutôt dans le numéro 21. Earlier in the game, number 21, Chin, has left the game, and now it's number 14. So hopefully they will recover quickly and not too much harms to these 2 great players.
Yeah, and as we were just kind of talking about what it's like if you're standing on the sideline, you're getting cold. We may be seeing the result of that. If you don't keep warm, you're more easily to pull a muscle or to hurt something. Yeah, it's something, like I said, you got to be diligent about.
C'est Lucier en soutien. 14 gagnants qui se met en soutien. Oh là, ça a été partiellement bloqué par le numéro 25. Mais Lucier là, qui sauve la mise. Hey, you know what they say, catch your D's. Lucie encore, elle, là, qui mène la charge offensive de Quest. Là, c'est la numéro 21, Fortier, qui fait la gauchère, retient son geste, passe en soutien à Lucie encore une fois, là, qui distribue les 10. Belle lecture! Nice reading by number 77, but there was a foul on the previous throw. Lucie calling a foul. So the observer standing by.
Yeah, it certainly looked like the TTL player bumped the Quest player as she was completing that pass.
So it seemed that it's a non-contested foul. Great spirit also displayed by these two teams, even though it's extremely hardly fought on the field. But still, spirit lives on. Bel esprit sportif, s'il y a une faute d'appui par Lucier. Et malgré l'enjeu de ce point, la faute n'a pas été contestée. Là, c'était une passe côté ouvert. Là, c'était Dubé-Higgins qui était la cible, mais c'était hors de portée. TT taking the disc back in the corner of death. Clearly earning some precious yardage along the sideline. I think number 77 might have been the intended receiver, but he looks back at his teammate. He says, "Oh, was I your target?" Et c'est le disque dans les airs. Fortier là, qui était la cible. Encore une fois, nice defense by the number 1, Jasdeep Jill. She's having a nice game. Nice one-hand grab by Jill. I was just saying she was having a great game. She's having an amazing game with this one-hand grab. In the red zone, TT threatening. But is that turf? Yes, it is. Unfortunately for the white jerseys, we are an hour 23 minutes into the game. Going long, floaty disc. Wow, what a pass. 50-yard long pass upwind. Once again, this one is bloody. Oh, great effort. But just falling short. Le numéro 18, Lavoie, là, qui a tout donné pour attraper cette passe. Malheureusement, c'est tombé sur le sol. C'est au tour de Church d'alimenter en plein camp. C'est Jill là, qui n'a pu maîtriser cette passe. Et ça sera une autre opportunité pour les Bleus qui mènent toujours par un point. Ce point est vraiment capitale pour les deux équipes. Oh, encore une fois, Fortier qui a attendu 10. Elle aurait eu avantage à l'attaquer puisque c'était bien défendu par la numéro 25, Kerr. Kerr looking long after making the D. Looking for double happiness, but no. The disc falling out of bounds, and Kerr is staying down. She's asking a replacement, calling injury. Her hands on her left shoulder. So will Quest be replacing a player? Yes, they do indeed. The number 19 de Quest qui embarque gagnant de remplacer le numéro 18, Lavoie, si je ne me trompe. Et là, ça sera au tour de Quest de se prendre la possession du 10. C'est Martel là, qui va partir l'initiative dans le coin de la mort. C'est toujours très difficile. Coincé, contre le vent. Et là, Martel, sans complexe, met ça à l'autre côté. Mais ça a été porté par le vent, hors de portée le gagnant, malgré un bel effort vertical. TT threatening and scoring the tying point game. We are tied at 9 with almost no time left on the clock. Tyler, we are in universal mode.
Love Universe is one of the most exciting things in the sport. That all pressure's on.
So we haven't heard the horn, so maybe we were a little enthusiastic. So when the other point starts, when this point is scored, you're already engaged into the next point. So then we will hear the horn blown, signaling, well, okay, you finish that point. But yes, well, no, we were right. We're tied at 9. So this is universal right now that we'll be attending.
And a timeout being called, hopefully be called.
I think it's just maybe timeout call by TT. So the teams have one timeout per half and one floater. So Quest have taken a timeout in the first half, so did TT. It was the first timeout call in the second half. So they still have one remaining for TT and 2 timeouts remaining for Quest.
So 1 point separates these 2 teams from a hot shower.
That's really what's at stake. I'm
at
pretty
stake.
sure. Well, okay. Do I want to hot shower like in the next 30 minutes or in the next 2 hours, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Great remark. Alors, c'est l'égalité 9-9 après le dernier point inscrit par TT. Là, et après confirmation, on vous confirme que le prochain point, c'est un point Universe. Alors, qui l'emportera? Est-ce que Quest sera capable de garder sa fiche parfaite dans ses matchs de poule? Est-ce que TT jouera les troubles fêtes pour la délégation québécoise? C'est ce qu'on va savoir dans les prochains instants. Et comme le disait si bien Tyler, qui ira prendre une bonne douche chaude dans la prochaine demi-heure? C'est aussi ça l'enjeu. Si Quest l'emporte, leur journée est terminée. Ils ont été parfaits. Ils n'auront pas à jouer le 3e match, tandis que TT, s'ils perdent le match, ils auront à jouer le 3e match. Advenant que Quest perdre ce match, auront-ils ou non à jouer un 3e point? C'est là qu'on devra vérifier les différentiels de points, s'il y a double égalité ou même triple égalité. Et ça prendra un peu de temps avant de le définir. Mais si, advenant qu'ils perdent, ça serait par un seul petit point. Alors, ils seraient quand même en bonne position de finir premier de leur poule. Duguay, avec le disque à sa propre ligne de brique plutôt, de la main droite, alimente Lucier. Lucier enchaîne bien beau plongeon ici, superbe plongeon du numéro 14 et Gagnon, Philippe Gagnon, celui-ci a 2 gagnants aussi, Nicolas. Et voilà, Martel qui va dans le point confirmé. Quest qui l'emporte après une bataille incroyable contre leurs adversaires de la Colombie-Britannique. Oh là 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 là, quel match, Tyler Quest winning it after a fierce and unbelievable battle by the score of 10-9. So Quest remaining perfect into pool play, but what a game by TD from BC, which are of course disappointed, but they can be extremely proud of the way they came back in the second half of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. First off, props to that layout. He must have bounced stuff 2 feet in the air after hitting the ground. Just huge. But yeah, as you said, Quest coming out with the win, and TT, no need to be disappointed here. A third seed team taking a first seed team to Universe. Like that speaks to what they might be able to do in the rest of the tournament.
Absolutely. Alors, pendant qu'on voit les 2 équipes qui se serrent la main, comme on vous le disait, il nous reste 2 autres reportages des diffusions en direct de ce championnat canadien. Les équipes, là, on est en mode reclassification selon les résultats dans les autres divisions. À ce moment-ci, je ne peux pas vous confirmer qui seront les prochaines équipes web diffusées, mais une chose est certaine, on aura 2 autres matchs pour vous. Et on est toujours 2 de ce championnat canadien. Évidemment, il restera demain samedi et les finales demain samedi. On sera en mode quart, demi et finale de la division mixte qui sera jouée samedi en fin de journée. Et puis dimanche, on tiendra les finales de la division féminine et division masculine. So there's still 2 live stream on schedule here today. We don't know the teams yet because we are in a crossover mode. So Blackfish versus Hound in the men's division will be our next two teams on the live stream. So looking forward for an exciting open division. I think we are in a quarter. Are we in a quarterfinal or pre-quarter? I think pre-quarter mode. So looking forward an exciting open division game. And tomorrow we will have Circus and Manic. Halifax versus Quebec, Montreal-based team will be on the second live stream. Alors sur la deuxième web diffusion, celui qui n'est pas commenté, ben, ça sera Manic de Montréal contre Red Circus d'Halifax, toujours dans la division Open. On est en mode pré-quart de finale ou huitième de finale si vous préférez. Donc, et puis, comme on vous le disait, il y aura les matchs. La finale de la division mixte qui sera web diffusée samedi en toute fin de journée. Et puis dimanche, on aura les finales de la division féminine et masculine. Tyler, let's go get warm a little. Thanks for sharing the mic throughout this amazing game featuring Quest and TT from BC. Thanks to all of you for being with us, regardless where you are. Well, you know, stay dry, stay warm. Hydrate and go outside, throw some discs. Merci beaucoup d'avoir été des nôtres. Restez au chaud, restez au frais, restez hydratés. Prenez soin de vous. Et allez dehors! Lancez des disques. Cheers!
Stage to keep possession. Huge bid, gets the time. A great opportunity for the Germans, and they break it. He throws the full 80 yards to the field. Are you kidding me? And an incredible catch. You are kidding me. Oh my God! One of the plays of the year. Stage to keep possession. Huge bid, gets the time. A great opportunity for the Germans, and they break it. He throws the full 80 yards to the field. Are you kidding me? And an incredible catch. You are kidding me. Oh my God! One of the plays of the year. Stage to keep possession. Huge bid, gets the time. A great opportunity for the Germans, and they break it. He throws the full 80 yards to the field. Are you kidding me? And an incredible catch. You are kidding me. Oh my God! One of the plays of the year. Are you kidding?